Hi, welcome to the podcast Ease into Clarity. I'm Dr. Divi, family doctor turned intuitive coach, and I'm here to help you. In this podcast, we will learn mental techniques, emotional techniques, and spiritual techniques to change daily problems. So maybe it's your husband, your boss, your coworker, your kids, they're driving you crazy. You can email me any of your questions and I will use all the techniques I've learned over the years and help you. Grab your hot chocolate and make sure to subscribe. We'll see you soon. Ciao. Hi, Dr. Divi from your podcast, Ease into Clarity, and thank you for being here. I'm so excited about today's podcast because today we're going to be talking about a very simple concept called freedom. I don't know about you, but I have been chasing freedom since I can remember. And, I finished medical school when I was 25, and I thought, I'll be free. I'll get a job. I'll be free. I'll have all this money. I'm not trapped to my parents anymore. Ooh, what a mind F, right? And then I thought, okay, I'll be free when I'm married. And now I'm 28 and I'm married and I didn't feel any more free. In fact, what I'm noticing when I look back at my life, in fact, every time I actually looked for freedom and thought XYZ is going to give me freedom, I actually got more trapped. Is that weird? So just pause for a minute and think of your life. Something that a lot of us really want is freedom. So I know, having kids, we can often feel, I don't feel free. I got to go here. I got to go there. Another basketball game, the park. Or I don't feel free because my husband's at work all day. I don't feel free because I don't have the money that they have. I want you to notice how much the mind tells all these jumping tales about how you don't feel free. I don't feel free because I don't have a person to go to the opera with. We are the ego, if you want to call it that, the ego, the fearful mind, creates 1,000,000,001 stories as to why you're not free. It really does. How do I know? Because I've done it my entire life. And I even just posted on social media today that it is the start of spring here in Vancouver. Again, you might be listening to this after because I try to record a few earlier, just when I'm really in the mood, in the groove, I should say. So it's the start of spring and the time just changed. And, I have this new sense of like almost joy or freedom in my body. And it always excites me whenever I get this, like, oh, freedom, yes. And that freedom's always been there. And in the winter, I always like go into the cocoon, which I think a lot of people can relate to. And I don't even know I'm missing it until the hours get lighter. And I always jokingly say, why do I live here in the winter? I still wonder that question. But freedom is an interior thing. I'm going to read you this line from A Course in Miracles. And that's actually the very, very first line of Course in Miracles. It starts with this text. Quote, nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. Herein lies the peace of God. And you can change the word God to spirit, to the divine, to the universe. I'll read that a few more times. Nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. Herein lies the peace of God. One more time. And just hear this slowly, eyes closed if you can. Nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. Herein lies the peace of God. The only place we actually have freedom, let's say it different. Sorry, I'm going to back up. The only thing that's real is not this body. It's not this sweatshirt. It's not my hair. None of this is real. The beautiful, beautiful artwork behind me, the tree behind me, none of it's real. The only thing that's real, because nothing real can be threatened. All those things can be threatened. That beautiful artwork can be cut in half and burned. The tree can be burned, destroyed. My hair can be shaved off. All of that is a threat to it. None of that's real. Nothing unreal can be threatened. Nothing real can be threatened. Let me get that back. Nothing unreal exists. Therein lies the peace of God. So nothing unreal can be threatened. What cannot be threatened? My soul, my spirit, my passion, my love. No one can take that away. It's always there forevermore. How does this relate to freedom? When I am in the energy of my soul and my spirit, in the essence of the now, in the purity of the joy of tying my shoelaces because I can, the purity of the exhilaration of running because I can, and the purity of ease of being in a yoga posture because it feels so good. I am in my ease and my bliss and my freedom. I have always thought freedom comes when I win the lottery. Freedom comes when my husband does XYZ. Freedom comes when my kid moves out. But in fact, in my own short journey on the planet, everything I think that's going to give me freedom actually traps me more. The freedom can only come in the mind and in the heart, and when I'm not connected to this physical universe. When I'm in my soul, when I'm in meditation, when I'm in my heart, when I'm in my breath, that is where nothing can threaten me. That is where all of my peace lies. That's where all my freedom lies. Freedom is a mental thing, and we can find that freedom right now if we choose to. And the more you think XYZ is going to create freedom, it never does. In fact, we all can relate to knowing people like this. I can't wait till I retire so I'm free. And then they retire and then they get sick. I've got to make that $1 million so that when I have kids, I'm free. And there's more bondage that is felt. So the freedom that we want as humans is actually available in us at all times, 24/7. And in order to find that freedom, it's a mental thing. It's a heart thing. It's a soul thing. And it's a redirection of our thought of focus. So if there's an area in your life, and I'll use kids as the example, you're pushing the swing at the park, and you're like, oh, I'm so trapped. My kid, I got to come here, else my kid is cranky. Oh, I'm so tired of this. In that moment, how can I feel free? Here's how you rewire it. I am outside. I get the glorious opportunity to be outside, rain or shine. I get the chance to push my kid on the swing. I'm as free as I feel to think I am. Let's just say you're in a different situation. You're at work, you're in a cubicle, and you don't feel free. I am free to be here. I am free not to be here. And I can hear your mind. Yeah, Divi, but I need to make money. I am free to perceive this as bondage. I am free to perceive this as freedom. Everything is about perception. If I perceive this as freedom, then I create freedom and ease in my body. If I perceive this as bondage, I feel free bondage in my body. It's all perception. You are so free that you can throw everything in and get on a plane and go to Bali and live for $1 a day, $2 or $10. You are so free that you can pack up everything. And to be honest, when I've worked with homeless people before, they often tell me, you know what? They just don't want the bondage of society. We're that free. We're that free. Again, I'm not telling you to become homeless, but we don't realize how the only thing trapping us is our minds. Only thing. So your homework after this podcast is, where do you not feel free? Remembering that quote, nothing real, which is your freedom, your peace, your ease, can ever be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. Herein lies the peace of God. Hope that helps you as we all attain for freedom, because freedom is an internal journey. I'm sending you lots of love. Namaste. Till next time. Thank you so much for joining me in this podcast, Ease into Clarity. It is such a joy, pleasure, and honor to be in your living room. What I would love is if you follow me on Instagram, drdivi, or go to my website, drdivi.com, or write a review. That would be even more amazing. Thank you. If you really enjoyed this podcast, feel free to share it with friends, family. Tell them to follow me, because I think the more of us that listen to the fact that each of us can start to shift, each of us can shift mental things, emotional things, spiritual shift, to shift our daily reality. When more and more of us do it, we get a better planet. We get more love. We get more happiness. We get more joy. So I'd love it if you followed. I'd love it if you shared this, because it would be such a joy and an honor. And again, if you have a question, guess what? I'm here for you. So send me an email, easeintoclarity@gmail.com. And as they come in, I will answer them in podcasts that are subsequent, whether it be your boss, your relationship, your husband, whatever. That's what I'm here for. Because the more of us that learn really simple mental techniques, really simple spiritual techniques, we change the physical reality we live in. Pretty soon we have more peace, more ease, more joy, trickling across the whole world. Remember, there's a spiritual solution for every problem. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.